Hi, my name is Tucker. I'm in 4th grade and my teacher is Mr. B and the topic is on blockchain. This is his birthplace. He was born in Philadelphia. That's him. That's how tall he is. She's like 7'1". And this is his professional basketball team and his coach. That's his jersey when he played for the Lakers. That's his family. That's his adopted family. They adopted him. That's his friend, Bill Russell. That's the stadium he played at. When he played for the Lakers. That's the inside of his house. And that's where he died. Bel Air, California.
Two questions. Josh?
Well, my question is, how did you even make this slide? Well, I just typed all the words first and then I found pictures of everything.
Logan?
Why did you choose a basketball player as your topic?
Because I love basketball and I don't know much about him.
Hello, my name is Harriet. I'm in 4th grade. My teachers will speak. My genius hour is on Mr. B's life. First, he was born on July 3rd, 1991 at Reading, Pennsylvania. His mom thinks he is funny and fun. They used to go skiing. Next, he went to Fleetwood Area High School from 2005 to 2009. He thought it would be good to spend time with elementary students. Then a class he helped was eager to learn. His favorite school was Shipping University. Last he thought teaching was his career. That is what he did when he was younger. First, he moved August 3rd, 2013. He has a cat named Connor, and he is 3 years old. His birthday is today, and he turned 4 today. Mr. B got him from random people. His favorite book is the Alex Hawk series. He wanted to help kids learn things. Next, his favorite one was Roller Dash. His mom never ran with him. He has 85 ties. His favorite one is red and blue. His grandfather gave it to him. Next, he liked all his classes. He helped and taught all 17 classes. Miss Waters hired him because they needed many teachers. Last, he loves reading, running, cooking, and volleyball. That is so far Mr. B's life.
Amber?
Why was your topic Mr. B?
Because I wanted to know more about him.
Hi, my name is Logan, and my topic is the channel 225, and I'm in 4th grade. The history of this massive plane is unbelievable but true. So let me tell you about the history of this plane. This plane was built through the process of the years 1984 and 1988. It also carried the Russian space shuttle and a race to the moon. Yes, a race to the moon now let's move on to what the plane looks like inside. It got in the wrong order. Here's a picture of the plane making history, and the Antonov 225 looks like this inside of the cockpit. This can hold 3 of these military vehicles I'm about to show you. This is the Antonov 225 storage area. That's it.
Okay, 2 questions. Sophia?
Why did you put that picture in the invisible light?
One more question? Braden?
Why'd you pick this topic? I know it's a question that's been asked a lot, but I'm wondering.
Well, I just find that playing interesting. It's been interesting for my whole life.
My name is James, and I'm in Mr. B's class, and I'm doing a slideshow about obsidian.
Just tap it.
This is a obsidian triangle, and it's green,
Just tap.
and this is the same, but it's just black. This is the obsidian skull, and this is the obsidian skull with white teeth, and these are, well, just LeBron's, and I'm finished.
Sophie? Round of applause. Sophie, do you have any questions for him?
Why did you pick obsidian? I don't know. I just ran out of stuff to think of, so I just picked rocks. And I just choose obsidian.
Hello, I am Chris. I'm a 4th grader, and my teacher is Mr. B. And my Genius Hour is about how to get a book published. I got all of my information from writersdigest.com, and you should take my advice. Slide 2. You should have finished your novel, short story, or work. Notification. Now you need to find someone who will publish it, or perhaps you're in a reading group, or you read by yourself, and you have just been inspired by someone's book, and you want to get one published yourself. So write it, check it over, and follow my other steps because they will help you on your way to getting a book published. Getting attention of a publisher. You can talk to them and call them, but you should say, please just read it, and if you like it, you can publish it, so they don't feel like you're gonna get super mad if they don't publish it. So you should say that to keep them a little bit calmer, so you might get it published, because they cannot publish it if they don't think they like it. When I'm writing a book, do I have good illustrations? Will people like my book? Do I like my book? Do I think they will buy it? Is it bad or is it good? Should I really give this to people all around the world? Should I change my mind about this? Am I gonna inspire kids and other people, or am I just gonna try to make them laugh? Once you know that people will like it, then let a publisher publish it and sell it. Luckily, you will make a lot of money and have enough to buy a decent home, and that is what you should do to get a book published, and follow my other steps. Then wait for people to start buying it and make another book so you can make a series to make more money. Or you could make a very long and interesting book so people will tell their friends and you will make more. Or you could do both and want to make even more money. So that is my last step for you. You should to get a book published. This picture is for when you're writing your story. This is for checking for mistakes. This is for getting attention of a publisher. Waiting for people to buy your book in a library.
Do we have questions about his topic? Madison?
Why did you put slide 6 instead of just keep going? I think it looked really good.
I just wanted to put pictures in, and I didn't have enough space to put pictures up there about the stuff that I was talking about. So I just didn't have space, so I just made different slides. For this one, just slide 6.
One more question.
It was for slide 6.
One more question for Brady?
Why did you pick this topic? I picked this topic because, just because people are thinking about publishing a book and they don't know how. So follow these steps here and you might get your book published.
Hi, I'm Liam. I'm in 4th grade. My teacher is Mr. B. And this is a paper blackbird, the SR-71 blackbird. It's a model of it. And I have a little one here too. And here's the real facts about the real SR-71 blackbird. The length is 107 feet and 5 inches. The wingspan is 55 feet and 7 inches. Its height is 67. Its weight is 67,500 pounds. The max weight is 172 pounds. The 2 engines on the Blackbird is 32,500 pounds. Thrust, Pratt, and I don't know what that one is, but in the engines it has 2 burning jets. The Blackbird can go up to 2,200 miles per hour, 3,540 km. The Blackbird was invented in 1966 and then retired in 1999. The Blackbird the Blackbird is 33 million to 33 million USD in 1966. The Blackbird was designed by Kelly Johnson. And that's my project of the paper Blackbird.
2 questions. Farron?
I like how you said at this is my project at the end.
Do you have a question for him?
Yes. How long did it take you to make this?
When I was in the classroom, it took me 5 minutes, and then I didn't even think about making this. I just started from scratch. Just took 3 to 4 or 5 black papers, and this one only took one. I was only just folding this one. I didn't know how to make this. I'm like, I think I should turn this into a model of it.
One more question. James?
How fast can the blackbird go?
2,200 miles per hour.
My name is Josh. I'm in 4th grade. My teacher is Mr. B. My topic is birds. I'm gonna read from this paper and read it. It's like having a bird, a light on your desktop, a bird that and it has an end for birds alike. Birds by Beecher. When birds need a shelter, birds can fly.
Questions for Josh? Gracie?
What gave you the intensity to do birds?
Well,
Why did you choose to do birds, Josh?
because I wanted to know about them.
One more question for Josh? Liam?
Why? Wait, I forgot.
Hello, my name is James. My teacher is Mr. B, and I'm in 4th grade. My topic is bacteria. I hope you like it. Bacteria is very dangerous. It can lead to death. It is the cause of many illnesses. But there are good bacteria specs called microbes. They protect us from bacteria. Bacteria is like aliens but smaller. Bacteria makes oxygen and makes food from sunlight like plants. The human mouth is home to more than 500 different species of bacteria. A single teaspoon of topsoil is home to more than 1 billion bacteria specs. Your most successful organisms in life are bacteria that have only one cell to their names. Their numbers are overwhelming. You'll find millions in a drop of saliva and billions in a gram of garden soil. And despite the fact that you'll never see one, at least not without the help of a super strong microscope, they are easily the world's most popular life form, as microbiologists like to say. We are a minority on planet Earth. Up-close bacteria have variety of shapes. They may look like tiny spheres, spirals, and most common stubby rods, like a family of E. coil. Well, hello. Wait, never mind. Okay, this is my project, and I was happy to share this with you. You're welcome.
Okay, Chris, question?
How did you get the idea of making bacteria as your project?
Because I don't know much about it.
Haley?
What is that thing in the middle of the picture?
Oh, that just shows this. That's just the insides of bacteria.
Hi, I'm Madison, and my teacher is Mr. Reed, and my presentation is about how to become a shop owner. Have you dreamed about owning your own store? Well, if you do, read this book written by me, Madison. Making dreams come true. Making dreams come true. You have to decide if you want to build or buy a building. Next, you have to finance your business. 4, picky business name. 5, next, order your supplies for your business. 6, you hire employees, employment opportunities. 7, next, you set up an opening day for your business. 8, finally, open the doors on opening day. Have fun owning your business.
Questions? Haley?
What kind of store do you want to own? Or did you just want to do it for fun? I would kind of like to own a Target because when I'm at home with my sister, I like playing store with her.
Okay. Second question? Christopher?
What particularly did you think about making this about stores?
Because it would help other people by knowing it, and it kind of helped me because I got to research the stuff to put it down on here so other people could read it.
Hi, my name is Brayden, and I'm in Mr. B's class. I'm in 4th grade. My topic is the Battle of Shiloh. Here are some facts. It started April 6th and 7th. It was the 150th anniversary. Was the 150th anniversary. The Battle of Shiloh turned into the fiercest fighting the Civil War had seen yet. Each side thought that night would bring victory. During the night, Union boats ran up rivers to ferry fresh troops to Grant's camp. On April 6, 1862, Johnston surprised the Union forces near Shiloh Church. This battle was U.S. Grant versus Robert E. Lee. Oh, come on! Now time for some photos of beautiful Shiloh, Tennessee. I would like to live there. Time for the beginning, middle, and end of the battle. This is how the day went at Shiloh, Tennessee. This is Shiloh during the battle. And end of Shiloh. This took hard work. Sorry this has to end, but I'm happy that I've presented this to you to help you learn more about Shiloh.
Christopher?
Where did you get pictures from?
Well, I got them from different places. I put, right there, like a bunch of different places. There's different links to them, so.
Farron?
How did you get it to spin like that? I can see it on.
Well, you go to the slide and then you press change transition, and then you can do cube, gallery, stuff like that.
Hi, my name is Gracie. I'm in 4th grade, and my teacher is Mr. B, and my topic is Kid President. Kid President is also known as Robbie Novak. He was born in 2004. He was adopted by Lori and David Novak. He was born in Tennessee. He was 10 years old. His brother-in-law videotaped him, and he went viral on YouTube. He got over 12 million views in one episode. So now you get to know him as Kid President. Kid President has a condition that he has a condition called bone brittle disease. He has steel rods in his legs, and he has to go to the doctor for 5 hours to get his bones stronger. He always says to make the world a better place. He loves dancing, but that could break his bones, but he doesn't let that bother him. He's had over 70 breaks and 13 surgeries. So Kid President doesn't let his disease bother him. Kid President has a positive attitude. So you'll find out he always has a bright face and a smile. He's amazing. Like I said, he loves to dance. This is one you'll be reading about a good lot from Kid President. He met President Obama and even got to help pull a prank with President Obama. He says, always believe in yourself. He always says every episode of theirs, always a reason to dance in the world. Helps anyone he can. He had surgery recently, January 5th, 2015. He told himself, don't stop believing. There he is.
Questions? Farron?
How did it take a long time to make this and make this script with good and interesting facts about him?
Sort of. It took me 3 days to do it all.
Tucker?
Why did you pick Kid President?
Well, when we watched the video of his pep talk, that kind of inspired me to learn more about him.
Hi, my name's Amber. I'm in 4th grade. My teacher is Mr. B, and my topic for today's hour is Egyptian pyramids. I built a model, but I don't have it right now. But pyramids are beautiful. They were built during the time when Egypt was one of the most powerful places in the world. They were built as tombs for the pharaoh kings, and many pyramids were rock. They had to be guarded because of that. They painted fake doors to separate the living and the dead. On walls, they had messages and prayers called hieroglyphics. The bodies were preserved by mummification. The pyramids have 5 sides. The bottom, 4 sides. I hope you will go see one one day.
Liam?
Why did you pick this topic?
Because I learned about Egypt before, and I really like learning about it, and we didn't learn much about pyramids.
Madison?
Have you ever been to Egypt?
No.
My name is Connor, and I'm in 4th grade, and my teacher is Mr. B. My project is Sea Creature. My project is sea creatures. There's over 1 million amazing sea creatures in the dark blue sea, but I'm going to name a couple. First, I would like to talk about the dolphin. A dolphin is a kind, sweet, and helpful creature. Most people know that a dolphin is a mammal.
They do not come from eggs. Also, they love to play a lot. Next, I'll talk about the great white shark. They're born with over a dozen siblings. After they are born, they swim away from their mother. They go into the sea and hunt and swim by themselves. Now I'm going to tell you about the blobfish. It does nothing. It's like a big sack of vanilla pudding. It eats whatever floats by its chunky size. Next is the starfish. A starfish can come in any color or size. You will most likely find them in high tide. Last but not least is the leafy sea dragon. They look like seaweed. They hide in the seaweed if they're in danger. It's cool. They have their own built-in camouflage. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.
Questions? Anissa?
Why didn't you talk about the octopus and the steamer?
Those were just extra things I put in.
Okay.
Sophia?
Why did you choose the sea?
Because the first time I went to the beach, I just love the ocean.
Hi, I'm Anissa, and I am in 4th grade, and my teacher is Mr. B. My topic is all about ghosts. The famous Harriet Houdini was claimed to see ghosts and talk to them. We think this is what they look like. No, they do not look like that. These tales can be over 3,020 years old. People will add to make good ends or to scare people bad endings. It's a good ending. Say cheese, look through all your pictures and closely. There might be a ghost in some. Something might be watching you or touching you. No, they do not go through you. Some ghosts just look scary, like the first one. This is a little girl. Okay, that's kind of creepy. Some have their whole face ripped apart. This person wants to come back to life, but he will never get what he wants. Not done. These are all my pictures that I got. This one, it's supposed to be playing Mary, but it's not real. Most of these aren't real. Like that, there's no way they could get a look at that still. And this one, they had to put a lot of makeup on. This one and this one, I believe, is kind of real because they look like it. This one you can use like marker and stuff. This one must have been a selfie. This one, not real. And this one looks, wait, I don't know if you can see that. This one doesn't really look real because it's a huge wolf face. And this one is like a little girl standing. I'm not sure if you can see it.
Questions? Connor?
Do you actually believe in ghosts?
A little bit, if I can see it, but if it's just a picture, I don't believe.
Haley?
Have you figured out if ghosts are real from your research?
Yes, but most of the time in like movies and stuff, it's just a bunch of noise.
My name is Johnny. I am in 5th grade. My topic is about sharks.
So what did you learn about sharks? Well, why don't you show us all the pictures you found? Why did you choose to research sharks?
Because I think they're cool and they like to kill people.
Do they really like to kill people? Did you find out if that's a common thing?
Yes, it is cool.
Not so sure about that.
They eat people.
Round of applause. Okay. Questions, not comments. Sophia?
I forgot. What was the other picture than a shark?
Lionfish. The second fish that kills people.
James?
If you were a shark, what would you most likely be doing instead of hunting?
I don't know.
Applause.
Hi, my name is Jay, and I'm in 4th grade, and my teacher is Mr. B. My topic is Gettysburg. Robert E. Lee had over 60,000 men to attack. Most of them died. Robert E. Lee had a plan to pay back. They tell Lee that a big group of the Union troops on the side. Lee told them to attack. They attacked the Union with 17,000 men. He told them to retreat, but they still fight.
Natalia?
Do you know, did you ever find out who won the war? No.
The war or the battle?
The battle, yeah. Who won the
The
battle?
Union.
Christopher?
What inspired you to make this big diorama of Gettysburg?
Because I like the Civil War in Gettysburg. I didn't know much about.
Hi, my name is Harriet, and I'm in the 4th grade class. My topic is video games. Here's some home workers with serious faces. Minecraft. Here's a guy who built almost everyone's favorite cartoon, SpongeBob. Yes, Minecraft can build anything, everyone knows that. So let's look at some other creations. Sadly, that's all for Minecraft, but let's look at some other games. Here's my favorite Destiny, No Islands. This is the Halloween pack. These are the classes, Hunter, Titan, and Warlock. I've defeated him before. This is a captain. Okay, done for Destiny. Let's look at the creator of video games, Ralph H. Baer, died 2014. Did you know that babies play video games? Here's some babies in a video game. This one, Get to the Chopper, and this one, Incoming. Now Pac-Man. This is a movie coming out in 2015 called Pixels. This is a scene from Pixels, and another scene. Now here's some counselors, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Big smile. Bye.
Questions? Gracie?
How did you come up with that?
Like the Grinch,
No, just like all the pictures and stuff.
I just looked it up.
Josh?
Here's a comment and a question. Here's my question. How come? Where did you get the baby from?
When I was at a homeschool connection night, some people, they like looked up some pictures on their free time, and we found those pictures, and I just decided to put them on the show.
And you're not touched. I was baby.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm in 4th grade in Mr. B's class, and my Genius Hour project is on the history of soccer. Soccer began in England in 1004 BC. And there was a group of people who started soccer because they probably wanted more sports. Because of all the violence, the King of England, which was named King Edward III, he banded them all people. And soccer changed when the King of England let people play it again because he trusted them and he wanted them to play. Soccer today is much safer around the world because of the game. Fun fact number 1. Soccer balls are actually not perfectly round. They're actually oval because that's why they don't go straight. They kind of curve. And fun fact number 2, soccer's original name was actually called football because you use your feet and a ball. Bye.
Trey?
Why do we want to do soccer? Because soccer is my life.
Connor?
Soccer used to be called football.
Yeah.
It's called soccer too.
Hi, my name is Natalia, and I'm in 4th grade, and my topic is Harriet Beecher Stowe. This is the motto of Harriet Beecher Stowe and her family. This is Lyman Beecher, Harriet's father. Her father was a minister. He wanted her to become a minister, but she couldn't because she was a girl. Now, this is Harriet's mother, Roxana Beecher, who died when Harriet was 5 years old. This is Catherine, Harriet's sister. She opened an all-women's school, and Harriet was a full-time teacher there. Her other sister is Isabella Beecher Hook, who went to the all-women's school. Right here is Samuel Charles, Harriet's son, before he died from cholera. These are Harriet's other kids: Henry Elias, Frederick William, Eliza Taylor, and Georgiana May. These are Harriet's brothers: Henry Ward Beecher, Charles Beecher, Edward Beecher, and Thomas K. Beecher. They all became ministers. That was all the family that was with Harriet. Hope you liked my first model. Right here is Harriet Beecher Stowe writing one of her books called Uncle Tom's Cabin. This book is one of the best published books she has ever written. It was an anti-slavery novel. Uncle Tom's Cabin was published March 20th, 1852. Harriet said she didn't write Uncle Tom's Cabin. God did. When she wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin, it helped lay the groundwork for the Civil War, according to Will Kaufman. It laid the groundwork for the Civil War because many did not care about the slaves, but Harriet Beecher cared about them. And this is the picture of the Volume 1 Uncle Tom's Cabin. And this is a copy of Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Sophia?
How long
long did it take you to make that?
It took me 1.5 days.
And how did you make it?
I just got cardboard, cut it up, and I left a little spaces to bend it so it would stand, and I just stick the picture on it.
Connor?
How did you know which picture to point at?
It says the names here. You just can't see them. I have to look at it. So.
Hi, my name is Clara. I'm in the 4th grade and my teacher is Mr. B. You may think that the world's all peace and quiet, right? But it's not. This is the only beginning that you're going to see right now. The Tangerine Museum. 8 people died at the Tangerine Museum. They don't know who did it. A town got flooded by a little lake. Restaurants were destroyed. A boy's dream came true. A little boy's dream came true. Green fog lit up in the sky. Waiting, something went wrong. A man killed 8 children from his family and her uncle and her aunt. Why do you say? Because he did not want her daughter to get married for no reason.
Haley?
Why do you do all the stuff that is wrong about the world?
Well, because sometimes everybody thinks that everything's like normal, like every single time, but something actually comes around the corner and just appears.
And why do you do all about dead people?
What? It's
No,
not about
killing people.
dead.
Killing people. Like people getting killed.
Not all of them got killed in each side.
Mason?
Why didn't you add the Boston bombing? Because that was like really terrible.
Well, yeah, but it was too big. The picture was too big, so I didn't.
Hi, my name is Mason. I'm in 4th grade, and my teacher is Mr. B. My topic is Sons of Liberty. Introduction. The Sons of Liberty is a group of patriots that fought for freedom. It was created in 1765, and the original name is Loyal 9. There were thousands of them. There were one tea called the Boston Tea Party, which was 3 boats of tea, and the Sons of Liberty threw it in the sea. They also burned the governor of Massachusetts' house down. They were British terrorists and American freedom fighters. Leading members. Some leading members are Samuel Adams, John Lamb, Marcus Wilbur, and Isaac Sears. Original members. Samuel Adams is the most well-known members of Sons of Liberty. He was also the cousin of John Adams and was the main leading member. Benedict was a traitor to the Sons of Liberty. He is actually a British general. Benjamin Benedict has not a lot known about him. John Hancock was able to sign the Declaration of Independence. James has little known about him. Charles Thompson was a patriot leader in Philadelphia. He is known as the Samuel Adams of Philadelphia. Thomas Young was the only member of the Boston Tea Party not to wear a disguise. He made an example of punishment. After that, he was nearly dead. Patrick Henry was governor of Virginia, and his most well-known phrase was "Give me liberty or give me death." John Lamb was a leading member. Joseph Warden was a general and died. When he died, he was pictured pretty level and called the death of General Warden. Paul Revere is the most known about his right to Lexington to warn the Sons of Liberty about British. Warren Little has very little known about him. Benjamin West was founder of Dixon College and signed the Declaration of Independence. Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams was born in Massachusetts at 14. He entered Harvard and got 6th place. He was elected tax collector and legislator. He was John Adams' cousin. John is the most well-known Son of Liberty. Paul Revere. Paul Revere started at a syllabus invention of the French and Indian War. He is most known for his right to Lexington, but he was captured by British later. Paul Revere lived a life of action. Closing. The Son of Liberty was a very important part of history.
Haley?
What is that symbol?
means that patriots would die to. I don't know what it means, but I'm guessing it means they would die for America freedom.
Talia?
Why did you choose Sons of Liberty?
Because there's like a mini series, and I saw a little bit with my dad, and it caught my interest.
Hi, my name is Fran, and I'm in 4th grade, and I'm in Mr. B's class. My topic is the history of volleyball. William G. Morgan was the inventor of volleyball. Volleyball was invented in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Volleyball used to be called mintonette. This is how to bump. This is how to set. And this is how to spike. Fun facts. Most volleyball players jump about 300 times a match. Volleyball is the most popular sport in the world today. The longest recorded volleyball game was in Kingston, North Carolina. It took 75 hours and 30 minutes to. I hope you like my presentation.
Questions about her presentation and not about the final picture? Awesome.
Do you know why it took 75 hours and 30 minutes for the longest one?
I think it took 75 hours and 30 minutes because that was how it was back then, and now it's like an hour or two.
Mason?
Do you know what teams you're playing?